Hey y'all, it's Lady TC Knows here. That's Ladii TC Knows with an S here on TikTok. But I am expanding more so over on Y2B. Very upcoming soon. Because like I've mentioned to you guys, my TV show, I'm back in the studios and I got my own crew now, and we are going to be covering such awesome subjects. The stuff that I can't even mention over here because of, y'all know what I'm saying. So there's so much I want to talk to you about. I want to get into the subjects of all this stuff going on with the Essence Festival and the FBA wars with the African immigrants, and then the wars with the migrants and the Mexicos and all that stuff. Listen, let me tell you something. Foundational Black Americans, listen, the argument is so crazy, but I can't really mention what I want to mention here because they will. And that's talking about bloodline. That's talking about the DNA. And that, there is a topic that has to do with that. That, listen, when DNA testing first was coming out, I'm just going to give you little tidbits there. When it was first coming out, the first one was Ancestry and Me or whatever. Then it came up with that one, 23andMe. Well, there was a black man that started one that was doing black DNA, black people's DNA, just to uncover all of it. He was into that. And he discovered something that I don't think I can mention over here. I don't know. But what he discovered, he fell upon it. And 23andMe used to have it in their DNA reports when you got your, kit back. And the answers telling you everything yourself, right? Well, the one that came back from 23andMe gave you a specific marker. And they identified that and realized that that was the marker that told us who we are. If you have that marker, then you are definitely FBA. Okay? So, that's a very, very big category. I'm going to have to do that on a separate episode on the Tubi because it gets deep. And I know if I mention some of that here. So, but y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop with the hatred and the back and forth. Now, I get it, not trusting people after what happened with that Essence thing. Like, I don't even go. I've never been to the Essence Music Festival. But just knowing it took place in Louisiana and you going to try to come up there and cause a food war over jambalaya. Hold up. That's Louisiana territory first and foremost. So that right there was like, what? Are you kidding me? So that was disrespectful. Okay, because if anything, we do things like compete. If we compete over food, it's like who makes the best mac and cheese, who makes the best jambalaya. But we would never compete with one nation's food versus another nation's food. That right there tells you the intentions of what folks was doing. And listen, I'm glad that the thing is being exposed because now we see what certain people come over here to the United States for and how they really think about who we are, being Black Americans that were already here. How they look at us. And then I've been seeing numerous videos popping up now because of this whole issue describing how they hate us because they think this bad negative thinking that we know who put that out there about our pants sagging and how we talk and look at y'all low lives, you're nothing. Where they get all this from? You know where they get it from. You know where they get it from. And so they're coming from a country where they're impoverished or whatever the situation may be. They're coming over here to get a better life. How dare you step on other people that are already here? I don't care what you heard about FBA. How dare you come over here and dog them out to rise above? That's crabs in a barrel. So then at the same time, you claim we all black, we all family, da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I really was shocked to see this stuff about the Essence. And then the whole thing being that it was sold to... There's nothing wrong with selling it to them because like you said, the woman, Susan, what's her name? She was Caribbean descent. But she did the right thing when it came to operating Essence. This group that it's been sold to, there is allegedly rumors and newspaper articles that they have been in question as regarding spamming and scamming and sending money back to organizations they are involved in the purchase of, including Dance Harlem Theater or something, money back to their people. So, you know, it's a lot to do with what is the standards of what the purposes are in migration over here in the United States. Illegal migration or even legal migration. and what it's done over the past years. And now we are looking with a microscopic view of what it is doing to, or has been doing, in regards to stepping over and on top of, gaslighting Black America. And that needs to be looked at. It really does. Because is Democrats really our friends? And let me tell you something. I could care less about either party. I don't support neither party. The Most High told me in my mind, soul, body, and spirit, don't take part in that election. And I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't. I didn't want that on my brain, on my conscience, thinking I voted incorrectly. Because both of them was playing us for suckers. As far as I'm concerned, we're chess pieces in a master game. Listen, you don't think that what's going on now with all the MAGA stuff you're hearing about was not predestined, predetermined? It was planned. And the Democrats was, part of it. Yeah, they was. Because they were the ones that sent over all them problems and put it on the news. Constantly was in the news, all up in your face. Oh, yeah. You see, all that money is going over to Ukraine. Your tax dollars, all that money is going into their housing, coming over here to migrants. It's funding the hotels. It's funding their food. They're getting Medicaid. They're getting their kids can go to school. And y'all kids, Americans, your kids can't get on the same school bus right now. We're taking over some of your schools so they can be in there. Remember what they did in Chicago? That was some dirty stuff. There was people on waiting lists forever. And it was skipped over for this. Who would do such a thing? That was to get you so upset. Remember how upset y'all got? That you voted for the other side. So stop beating yourself up. I'm here to just break it down to you and tell you right now. You're wasting your time yelling, you voted MAGA, it's your fault. Listen, you voted Democrat. That's your fault, because when you did that, it brought all them over here freeloading. Tell me I'm wrong. So see, you can't pick on the MAGA no more than you could pick on anybody else, because the whole voting system, I'm here to break it down to you right now. You're wasting your time arguing over that because you had no choice, no dog in the fight, okay? You vote? No. They were going to roll out what is called P.2025 now, because they planned on doing it a long time ago. It used to be called Agenda 2030. You see? It just revised it, and because it had to go down. Their time is running out. Do you understand? And you are waking up, people. God's chosen people. You are waking up, Yahuwah's chosen people. And because you're waking up, they know what their time is. They got plans to run and hide in bunkers and all that. Y'all know what's up. And it says it right there in the scripture. They think they're going to run and hide in the mountains. The Most High know everything. Get your faith back up. And stop being enemies with everybody and anybody, because I got news for you, America. For thousands of years, not thousands, let's say hundreds, decades, there's been migration in and out of America, and people race mixing, and since slavery, some forced race mixing, blah, 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 whatever you want to call it. There's been all kinds of, different groups coming here. It's been called the melting pot. So what does that mean? There ain't nobody that's pure, straight, 100% black blood left anymore. Even all the tribes have been mixed. The 12 tribes have been mixed. So listen, there's going to be a whole lot of folks that got that DNA, that little haplogroup they don't want you to know about. It's in them. Okay, the whitest people, them Hebrew Israelites, when you walk past them groups and they, Esau, listen, you don't even know them people you yelling at could be related to you. And they don't even know it. There's some white supremacists running around here and they got black DNA. You think they killed those babies that came out looking so white? They didn't kill them. They sent them to live with other family members, or they put them in the big house and raised them up as white people, even educated. Some of them became big names. Let me tell you something. President Eisenhower, it's a known fact that he was black passing. Yup. And there's so many other names. Some of them sneak that little word in there called Melungeon. Oh, that means Indian. Listen, what kind of Indian? Listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. But we've mixed over hundreds of years. And y'all can't even track everything. So, and then the people up there in the Caribbean, West Indies, what you think they call them West Indians for? Because they're from the West and they're Indian. Ding, 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 ding. But they're not FBA. They're not FBA for the simple fact that they didn't stay here and build America, unfortunately. So they need to get their reparations from the British, the Dutch, the French, the conquistadors, which is Portuguese, da 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 da. Anyway, I'll be with you with the next one. Stay perfect.